Hey guys, what's up? It's Jordan here. So I wanted to make a video about macro photography, and I hope you stick around to watch this because it's very informative. So, I myself enjoy doing macro photography and like getting really close-up detailed shots of stuff. I recently picked up one of these bad boys. This is a Canon EF25II extension tube. Now, what that means is this extension tube creates distance between the camera body or the camera sensor and the camera lens. So basically it's taking this 50mm prime lens here. This is the f1.8 STM. I think it's the first version, not the second version. Anyways, so this is a 1.1 foot minimum focusing distance, and when you put this 25mm extension tube on there, the minimum focusing distance then becomes like 5 inches or less. It's ridiculous. Let's see what we can do right here. Bump my ISO up. Alright, so at 3200 right now. And yeah, alright, so probably about 4 inches from the word Canon on this 75 to 300mm to the end of this lens. So I would say that is a huge leap in close-up or macro photography. I mean, alright, so this is a true Canon extension tube. Now, if you don't need a Canon extension tube, or if you don't really have the budget for a $210 piece of aluminum that goes between a lens and a camera body, they do sell off-brand or like second-hand ones. I don't want to say second-hand, but so they sell off-brand ones of these, and they come in a triple pack. So there's like 12mm, there's 25, and I think a 35 or a 36. And you get 3 of them for like around $100. Canon claims that you can still use autofocus with this, although I've tried it and it doesn't really work that well. So would I recommend buying a Canon one over a second name brand, you know, like I don't want to say secondhand, but like an off-brand? And the answer to that, my friends, is no. As much as I love Canon, I do kind of hate that they charged that much for this piece of aluminum and electronics. If the autofocus on this worked better, I would say yes, by all means. But to be honest, from what I have tried with this, it's just so much easier to focus manually and get the shot that you're looking for, because I mean, I'm autofocusing right now. And I mean, you probably, I mean, if I focused manually, I would have gotten that by now. Let me try this. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I mean, it's not really what I'm looking for in performance. So for $210, would I recommend the Canon one over maybe an off-brand that doesn't even offer some sort of a autofocus servo? And the answer to that, my friends, is no. I wouldn't. So if you're looking to get into macro photography or macro videography, or if you just want to get like some sweet B-roll, something that's really close up, and you don't want to spend $210, I would maybe look on Amazon and see if you can find a second non-name brand one and go from there. So if I haven't told you, which I will close out the video with this again, So basically, this tube right here creates distance between the camera sensor and the camera lens. So it's not this, all right, before I confuse myself while I'm trying to explain this to you. Okay, all right, do this. Sensor, back of the camera lens is, I would say, maybe 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch away from each other. So right now, you got your camera lens, which your sensor is back here. If you don't know, that little sign or symbol on your camera means that's where your sensor sits, and then that's where your shutters or your shutter flappy thingy sits. Just in case you were wondering if you were wondering what those marks mean. So then you take this, you throw it on there, and basically what that does, again, is creates air between the lens and the sensor, so this way your focusing distance is that much closer. So if you have any questions, I'll try to incorporate like a little B-roll or whatever into this video with some shots and stuff that I've done. Any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments and I will answer them the best that I can. I'm Jordan, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.